Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to EHOME versus DK. Round 2. Here we go. EHOME, they took game 1. They looked pretty convincing. And I will say, DK tried their Bloodseeker. CTY was off in the woods, very similar, but they did not execute it to the same degree. And as a result, well, the struggle continues. Now they drop to 6 and 9. DK continuing, or EHOME rather, continuing their rampage all the way up to 16 and 3. And Chinese dominance in general throughout this qualifier. The bottom 6 teams all from Southeast Asia now. Sad to say, Mineski, Invasion, Myth, Aces, G-Guard, and can't say Wisps. Or Whips. Excuse me. Rounding out the bottom 6. It is complete Chinese dominance here. Now, part of that could come down slightly to servers, as China vs. SEA games are all played exclusively on the China servers. But that said, I mean, that is just ridiculously lopsided. Well, anyway, that's neither here nor there. The draft underway. EHOME going to ban out the Troll Jug, and it leaves the Lycan in the pool. 5 seconds remaining. First overall pick for DK. EHOME, no hesitation. They reply with Bloodseeker Batrider. Really good lockdown for the Lycan now. You can't... Lycan actually can really get wrecked by this combo. He's one of those heroes that needs to be able to be mobile in the fights, and he's not a ranged hero. He's a decent man fighter, meaning if he has to stand still and you come and right-click him, he does okay there, but I love this Bloodseeker Batrider combo. You rupture someone, then you just lasso them, you force staff, and all of a sudden you're getting ping-ponged around, you're bleeding out of every possible hole in your body, and you quickly die. A painful and bloody death. While you're burning as well. Sounds like fun, huh? You know, Dota heroes really suffer, man. Nobody thinks about them. Must be painful. What a life. Yeah, I think this will be a hard liking game. They also get the Rubik now for EHOME. Something for DDC most likely to be playing. We'll probably see the Inflame Bloodseeker again, so there is a slight chance, I suppose, they throw Mushi on this, or... Yeah, I mean, Ohio should be the bat, so it's... or maybe even ZYF in the safe lane on the Bloodseeker. But if history is our guide, it will be an Inflamed Jungle Bloodseeker, a Rubik for DDC, the Batrider for Ohio in the off lane, and then that leaves them needing the Mushi hero for mid, as well as the ZYF carry for the safe lane. As for DK now, third pick going to come out soon. They go Veno Lycan. Good pushing potential here from these two. 0 stuns, though. 0 reliable lockdown. Not much in the way of actual teamfight control. And I guess it looks like a... Generally when we see the Veno, it is a core Veno. We've not seen many support Venos. The one that I have seen was Fluff and Stuff in the American qualifier, but it didn't really seem very effective. DK going to go for the Anti-Mage. Do we see the CTY Mad Scientist Anti-Mage? For those who aren't familiar, CTY came into the Dota 2 scene... how long has it been at this point? I think it's been about a year, maybe a year and a... I think more like a year and a half at this point, something like that. And when he first arrived, he was with the original Vici Gaming, which, by the way, FY was a part of. This is going way back. And CTY was the celebrated star of the team. He was viewed as the next rising talent in China. He had a game where he played Anti-Mage, and he farmed like a beast. He went Midas... Battle Fury Vlad's, sneaks Roche really early, totally out of control, right? So his team is not doing particularly well, and he's got to carry hard. And we'll talk about this lone druid pick in a second. And he ends up 6-slotting himself, and then starts selling items like crazy, and then buying weird ones. So he ends up, I think he ended up selling his Battle Fury, buying an Abyssal Blade in a game that was turning into like a bit of a base race and just creep Equilibrium war. Then he ends up selling the item that he bought, buying the Battle Fury back again. This guy had unbelievable piles of gold. And this was in the older patches where there was a little bit less aggression, less of a snowball effect. Ended up throwing the game, and CTY just never found his mojo. On the flip side, FY was not really thought of as a huge star and ends up making some plays. But okay, now we've got something interesting. The Lone Druid for EHOME. Story time is over now. This is... it's one of the old school battles. The Lone Druid Lycan. And then the really spicy pick of the draft. It's the DK Putka. Now the big change, of course, for Mr. Pudge came in 6.83. Hook received a major buff. The meat hook range at level 1, instead of being 700, is 1,000. Only 100 less than the old level 3 hook. And generally, hook, for those who haven't played much Pudge, the hook feels really underwhelming, or used to feel really underwhelming until it got to be level 3. So, I wonder, do we see the support ganking Pudge? I think EG experimented with that in D2L. It could happen. I'm not sure how I feel about the Pudge pick versus Bloodseeker, though. Your teammate gets ruptured, you hook them, just get them killed. Is DK working together with EHOME? Are some arcanas on the line here, perhaps? And EHOME banned the techies. What? Really? Huh? What is going on? Why ban techies? Now, if it was a tiny techies, that would be something. Do you hate fun, Inflame? I was saying what a big Inflame fan I am. Now I'm a hater. How can you ban techies like that? That's not right. I disapprove. Boo. Take it back. I guess there's no takebacks. What do EHOME need here? So, they've got the Lone Druid. This will probably go to ZYF. The Bat Rider for Ohio. The Bloodseeker for Inflame. The Rubik for DDC. So what's Mushi going to play? That's the big question now. I don't really know what their plan is. Generally, when we see Lone Druid picked, it's part of lineups that want to push more. But Rubik, Bat Rider, and Bloodseeker just want to gank. I am purely just sitting back and waiting to see what happens. Now, Lone Druid did receive quite a few changes in this patch. The cooldown was increased from 30 to 60 on Battlecry. The duration was reduced from 8 to 6. But the bonus damage got buffed majorly. Instead of plus 20, scaling to plus 60 at level 3, it's from plus 50 to 100. And the armor, instead of going from plus 2 to plus 6, goes from plus 5 to plus 15. So basically, you can't use Battlecry as often, and it doesn't last as long when you do, but it's a lot stronger for the period that it's up. The other thing that changed in this latest patch was that the cast time on the Spirit Bear's return was removed, so it's easier to get it back to the fight. And the draft concludes with 2 more, not forgotten heroes, but certainly less common. It's the Slardar for ZYF. For Mushi Slardar, ZYF Lone Druid. And the Legion Commander will be your final choice for Team DK. Wow. What a weird game. 4 melee heroes on the side of DK. An XBG Pudge. Now, he is their support player. So we're going to see a support Pudge, it looks like. Things are getting real weird real quick here. I need to tweet a picture of this draft. This is not something you see every day. Give me just a moment here, folks. I gotta let the people know how weird Dota is getting today.
Prepare for battle.
Weird draft. Alright. I have satisfied my social media requirements for this game. Now we can talk about Dota. Here we go, folks. Here we go. This one is gonna be wild. I need the Cuddle Guy soundboard. Where's my soundboard at, man? We gotta set it up at the house. We need that ready to rock and roll for games like this. Okay, introducing the teams now before we get wild and weird. CTY gonna be playing the anti-mage, looking for redemption. Dreamy U on the Lycan. Black.Z playing the Legion Commander. XBG, the support Pudge, that's right. And Cold Snap on your Venomancer core, it looks like. They may actually... Oh, you know what? They're going to run the Lycan in the jungle. Okay, that makes sense. So, on the dire side, EHOME, these guys have been beasting it up in the Age of Qualifier. You've got Mushi playing the Slardar, Inflame, the jungle Bloodseeker, and that will put DDC onto the Rubik, Yang, or ZYF, onto your Lone Druid mid, and it leaves Ohio... I feel like this is a hero you need to ban against EHOME, to be honest, but it's allowed through again, the Ohio Batrider. The guy is just a beast on it. You can see the dire side did manage to ward off this pole camp, and Putka just gonna chill. Not spotted out yet. We'll see if this dire squad gets any vision on him. But this, it's an anti-mage Pudge, not really the highest kill potential lane. That said, though, they have double boots. Maybe with the double boots it is a kill. Man, what a wacky draft. I mean, the jungle Bloodseeker, I guess I'm getting used to at this point. Pudge goes for the level 1 Rot. Well, not very threatening with Rot. That's for damn sure. So they run the off-lane Legion up against the safe-lane Slardar. One thing to keep an eye on with these Bloodseeker ganks early, it's tough to gank a Venom's lane. Although that said, he actually goes for Gale Poison Sting, not taking the wards. Very uncommon, to be honest. I mean, I imagine he'll level these up. Looks like Cold Snap probably goes for the bottle here next. Oftentimes, though, we see the Venom mids will even skip bottle, just go straight for a Bassi, let their... I guess in the new patch, it's a little more common to get the bottle, but you can just let your supports and maybe even your offlaner grab those runes. Here comes XBG, though. There's an Observer Ward. Did he spot it out? He's not really reacting now. He's kind of hiding the wave. XBG looking for that big hook. Courier's coming out as well. Burning the double boots. They've got Ohio's boots ready to go. Come on, Putka. Come on. Oi. Get a hook. Continuing to level up this Gale. They're going for the mass slows, I guess, just to allow Pudge to walk in for some rot shenanigans. Uh-oh. Ohio's on the chase. There's a haste rune, though. XBG. Gotta get it, it looks like. He needs it. That would have been first blood otherwise, I believe. But the first blood is denied to some extent. So, overall, CS going really well for EHOME, running the jungle Bloodseeker. Everybody except for Rubik getting farm. And then a crush top lane. Black in a bit of trouble. Mushi gonna be in pursuit. They get the lift off, tossing him back down to earth, though. He is quite fast. 370 move speed as he scurries away to freedom. And now your Pudge. He's not really getting much in the live levels. We're not seeing the jungle Pudge that Jenkins loves to run, where he'll sit up here, he'll just go for a hook, then the creep runs back around, you get an easy pull, and you get a lot of experience that way. Also has done it here quite a bit. Just hook the creep this way and walk back into the middle lane. But we're not seeing that from XBG. He's going to walk into DDC now, though. This could be your first blood. He gets onto him with the rot. Lift is there. Going to stun both. Does he hit the hook? Come on. Come on, Putka. Come on, Putka. Give him the hook. No, they'll just auto-attack him down. In the meantime, Lycan does suicide intentionally, spends his gold, gets his Bassi, TP scroll picked up. Or at least I believe it was suicidal. Or intentional. I believe it was suicidal. Commit suicide. Yeah, I would believe that too. What is this Dota? Now phase boots out for CTY. This is so interesting. Are we going to see the return of the old school anti-mage? The phase Vanguard? That used to be a build, actually. For those who have not played Dota since the old Dota 1 days, the go-to build on anti-mage used to be phase, Vanguard, and Manta style. Like, you wouldn't get Battle Fury, you don't get Treads. You play him like a combat hero. As Cold Snap gets rooted under tower, oh, that hurts. If he didn't get rooted, he might have actually been able to kill off ZYF, but that's not the case. There's a hook ready. Mushi. Mushi. Gotta be careful. So the cool thing with the phase is it helps you to zone the Batrider a lot. You can just run after him, be a bit of a bully. As Dreamy will get caught and punished in the jungle. Ohio looking for the big plays. It looks like he will succeed in taking down the Lycan. Wolf down. Moshi could get hooked now. XPG's got a window. Is he going to land this one? Oh, a little quick fake. Not going to connect, though. Is our jungle Bloodseeker ready to leave the nest? And Flame is going to run into the Pudge. Both heroes get scared and back off. Uh-oh. Looks like they got the lift off under the tower. DDC able to pull him back in. Mushi using a stun there in the process, and they get another kill in this top lane. EHOME continuing to snowball their advantage. They now lead 4-1. As the roaming Pudges got the first blood for the team, but now kind of struggles. They wrap around onto Cold Snap, and he gets silenced. Batrider going to commit to this. Even the Legion Commander joining this. They throw out the heal, keeping Cold Snap alive. Mana Void's there. CTY secures it. Phase Boots. Well, the roaming Phase Boots anti-mage. Quick, decisive rotations. He's got 1,200 gold. I wonder what he goes for. I'd love to see something just radically different. Maybe the Blink Dagger anti-mage, slamming and jamming. You guys want some Space Jam in your lives? I know I do. I actually don't know if Twitch mutes the VODs for that song. We would play it more often, but sadly we can't have the VODs getting muted, guys. Makes everyone who can't watch it live very sad. CTY will pick up a bounty rune. Looks like they're going to leave him mid for now. So let's see what our lone druid goes for. One of the common builds nowadays is just getting a... Oh, he just manages to kill the creep off, but Inflame's still being pursued out. There's no Mana Void yet. CTY. It's cooling down. But yeah, one of the lone druid, we've seen a lot of Mask of Madness Blade Mail. The idea being that, first of all, Mask of Madness, now that the bear has a mana pool, is a really good item on him, the attack speed, and because it has such a high HP pool, Blade Mail is pretty strong as well. As EYF will get caught out mid lane. Looks like his bear died, and I guess he didn't have a resummon. The fatal damage, maybe gonna trick him down. He tries to go for the true form dodge, but that's not gonna happen. Sauter now collecting a Midas. That's for Mushi. That Pudge is painting things out. They know the Lycan's heading always in just in a bit of danger. We're gonna go for his quick TP out now. We're gonna see some wolf on wolf blood. Some wolf violence.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
That's almost as bad as Tiny killing the mud golems. That's just evil. One thing to keep in mind for EHOME, they are pretty good at roshing here. They have the amplify damage. And, of course, the amplify damage a lot stronger now. It's got a very short cooldown to cast. Along with track. They rupture Cold Snap mid. They're going to limp in the bear. Quick TP out. Is there a root? Is there a root? Oh. He'll be fine. I would say that's a pretty premature rupture there. You give him a lot of time to just calmly react and TP out. Should have waited a bit longer, but even so, realistically, Lone Druid's probably only getting off 2 auto attacks there. Now they get eyes on the Pudge. Amp really good versus Pudge. Because if you know where he is, he's not nearly scary. But they're bringing in 5 heroes top lane. Actually 4. For now, the Bloodseeker jungling. But he may join them soon. At the same time, coming in hot is your Lycan. But it looks like he's too late. XPG forced to run. They're going to sacrifice Black. Wolf wants to come in. No, Wolf wants to run. Make up your mind, Dreamy. You a little indecisive. He gets tossed up. Amped. Auto attack down. That's a feed. What happened to his model? He looks so clowny right now. He looked like a blow-up doll Lycan instead of the real thing. So my eyes right now are on CTY. I am very interested to see what he goes for. 2,100 gold. Has not started buying Battle Fury components. Has not started buying Vanguard components. If he wants his Midas, he could have it. I mean, you never know with CTY. Straight Dagon Rush. Oh, he can also have his Blink Dagger. They're looking for Mushi now. They're going to find him too. They've got a duel online. They get the Pudge around him. They quickly hook. They want to kill him off and get that early, delicious duel damage, but it's not going to happen. Unable to get the job done in time as XPG moves up a ramp. And Flames here, though, has Rupture. Rupture deployed. No TP out available. Oh, now he's in trouble. Walks out of the silence, but... Rot tonight? Yep, he gets it. Nicely done. I hate playing against Pudge. Whenever he denies himself, you just get so mad. Pure skill. Pure skill. Okay, he does go Rain of Hell. Voidstone on the way. Nothing too exciting here. Just the casual face boots. There's a duel available top lane. Legion going in, trying to bait here a bit, but Pudge is coming. Mushi's like, oh wait, there's a reason. Oh, the hook! Oh, threads the needle. Can't quite land it. Now chasing the other way. There is a Dismember, but I don't think there's going to be a good follow-up here as Rubik will steal Dismember. Generally, you'd rather have the hook, but it can be a pretty potent spell. Long duration disable. He's got lift to set it up, so not too shabby, as Ohio will get trapped bottom lane, it looks like. He throws out his lasso, still gets Mana Voided. Meanwhile, top, everybody dropping low. This amp damage is going to be a real thorn in the side of DK. They still have a duel. And Black is on the way out, but on the way in is ZYF. And the regular boots on the bear. Now he's going to swap it. Now the phase boots on the bear. Score 7-8. Anti-Mage not really snowballing that hard. Went for the phase boots, TP'd mid. He is your leader in terms of net worth. But as mentioned, I think they have a really good lineup to gank Anti-Mage and Lycan later on. Bloodseeker Rupture, pretty good against him. You've got Batrider. Slardar's really good against Anti-Mage because he can hunt him well. So, not someone that can just rest easy. This Anti-Mage, even if he has a good start, CTY will have to play well with his movements. Not a whole lot of margin for error against the EHOME lineup. As for EHOME now, they're going to work on their Blink Dagger for the Batrider. We're going to see Inflame go for the early Blade Mail, it looks like. As well, picks up his Broadsword. So everything looking fairly standard. I am also curious what ZYF wants to buy. Still saving his gold for now. Just has the phase boots, the Oov, the regular boots. Actually kind of under farm for a Lone Druid. 42 CS. Lane against the Veno. The Veno about even. Neither mid farming particularly well.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
There is a dive opportunity here mid for Cold Snap. He's going to get the casual Gale off. He did end up maxing Gale as well as Poison Sting. I wonder what the reasoning for that is. Well, in the meantime, like the Slardar comes in, gets off a couple of bashes. Mushi looking to finish off Cold Snap, and one more bear hit will get the kill. In the meantime, though, CTY went in. He got one, but will he end up paying? They rupture the Lycan. He's helpless in this fight as CTY just kind of skates out, not sure what to do. XPG now going to get lassoed, wrangled, and pulled back in. It's a 3-for-1 exchange. Huge win. Huge win for EHOME. No Legion commander in that fight. Where was he? He had a teleport scroll. He was pretty low on mana. That's the main issue. Yeah, even if he comes in there, I don't know how much he gets done. Good news for DK. Anti-Mage just farming. 90 CS at 13 minutes. Battle Fury now complete. That's a fast one. 13.5 minute Battle Fury. The thing about wards is they're really good against Batrider, because it's very difficult to blink initiate against this hero. You just drop wards everywhere. He tries to sneak up, but it's never easy. They're going on to Dreamy U bottom lane now. They managed to steal the Wolves. Oh, that's a big steal. Now getting stomped, amp damage used, and they're going to try and run him down. They don't actually have the lasso, but it's not needed either, it seems. And while that's going on, at the same time, towards the top side of the map, ZYF has to mind his positioning here, because XPG is on the move along with Black. They have a duel ready. He's going to transform. And will they duel? Yep. First gets the additional attack speed. They hook. Can he get the kill, the damage, the winner? No winner. Lone Druid even buying a Midas before going down. I thought he was going to get that. Still no bonus damage.
Dire's top tower is under attack. Radiant's middle tower is under
Gold
attack.
lead now. Very slight for the Dire side. Only about 500. Experience, about dead even. XPG. He's off in the trees, and while this is all going on, Bloodseeker able to take down that Roshan with the help of the Stolen Lycan Wolves and the Mushi amp damage. So they're going to go ahead and give their Aegis to that Bloodseeker.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
And at the same time, the tier 1 does fall top. So it's the kind of classic tier 1 for Roshan trade. C2I now going totally standard from here. He goes into the Yasha, it looks like. That Rider gonna purchase the Blink. So he went for the Bone 7 build, gets the BOTs first. And the thing is, with the Stolen Wolves, they can really use this to great effect. And they're already on the move. 2 packs, a pack of wolves, 2 for the Radiant, 2 for the Dire, and here comes the BOTs. Shenanigans, let them begin. The quick, easy lasso, surprise, it's me. See you later, Cold Snap. See you later. Hook. Ooh. Nice fish there by XPG, but unable to connect.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Now things will begin to get harder for Anti-Mage. He's up against a quad core who are all fairly farmed. They have the Wolf Lasso to hunt the Anti-Mage with. With the BOTs, they have a Slardar with a Blink now. They have Rupture. Rubik may later on steal Blink or something like that. This is a lineup almost tailor-made to hunt the Anti-Mage all around the map. He'll be under the gun. CTY gonna have to play this one extremely efficiently, not get picked off, and if he could do that, his team might just have a chance, but after him, it's a sad, sorry state of affairs in terms of net worth.
Bottom tower has fallen.
Bottom lane, Rupture was used, Cold Snap TP's in, it looks like the Venomid's gonna die for a 4th time. Easy takedown there. Inflame, oh, dodging away from the hook. Now the Urn thrown out, maybe just gets this kill regardless. That's gonna end up popping the Aegis. And they do have Devour if need be. Batrider is in the neighborhood, though. He has a Flame Break ready. He's going to chuck it out, and that's going to break it. Inflame now continue to retreat out. He's got Blade Mail finally wearing off. The Wolf committing onto him, but he gets lassoed and dragged back into the fray. This Bloodseeker's a bit too tanky. During the duel, they lift Black, so he can't really do anything. Inflame, Rupture cooling down soon. They run down Black. They're probably going to look for more kills after this. In fact, the chase is on. No lasso, but just a simple crush. A couple of auto attacks. Oh, another Pudge deny. XBG, what a player! Whoa! Just kidding. That always sucks, though. I have to say, there have not been very many good hooks from XBG this game. He's kind of it seems like he's outthinking himself a little bit. Rupture. Silence will go on to CTY. Now the Rupture comes out. He does not have a teleport scroll. Actually, has to stand his ground. He's going to get killed by Inflame. It looks like he can't do a thing. He can't attack him because of the Blade Mail. He can't blink because he's silenced. And he can't run because he's Ruptured. It's a hopeless situation, and the only thing to do in that case is die, and what a big kill. A solo kill, and that's an Anti-Mage that's been free farming all game. Just got the Yasha picked up. Now goes back for the drums. What in the world is this build? So interesting. He goes drums. First he goes phase boots, which is not that weird. Well, I mean, it's pretty unusual, but interesting anyway. And then gets the Yasha, goes back for the drums. I mean, the reason you complete the Manta is just that it's such an efficient item on Anti-Mage. It hugely amps up his damage output because all of the illusions get the mana burn. It gives you a really nice spell to confuse Batrider when he initiates on you, to potentially confuse the Bloodseeker. There's nothing he can really dodge, as XPG will just get clobbered by Mushi, trapped out of the trees. To be that close to a Manta and be like, screw it, I'm getting drums, I don't know. I feel like C2I is not taking this game very seriously. And we'll look for this crush on Black as Ohio gets the lasso off, but he's able to jump away for now. They do not amp him. He will just calmly retreat. Bloodseeker finding that kill on the Legion Commander. Now the bear, the panda, soaring in. Well, Dreamy scrambles to the north. They will end up taking this tower, and Ooh, they're using the Blood Rage on the bear. He does go the Mask of Madness build I mentioned. We'll see if he wants to go Blade Mail or just goes for some more heavy right click, perhaps straight into the Mjolnir. Now, Lone Druid was changed so that you can get things like Desolator on the bear and it does not mess with your Entangling Claws at all. I wonder if that's something he'll consider. Very strong pushing item. Meanwhile, top lane, Ohio. He's been plinked by a ward, finally being leveled up. Oh, DDC. The little wolf that could. Worming his way through the trees. He's ready for that quick lift. He's going to toss directly back down XPG, getting the 2-hero stun off. Another rock deny. What a player. What a pro. Beast mode. We get the Legion kill now as well, though. DK quickly falling apart here in our 4th set of 5 on the day. This is your game number 2. EHOME only dropped 3 games so far this tournament. As Mushi TP's in, he ends up going down to Cold Snap, who now chases onward, but he'll get ruptured. He continues to run through the rupture. He's just YOLOing into the enemy base. Oh, okay. Well, that's one way to feed. Just get it over with painlessly, as quickly as possible. Everyone's got a case of the crazies here. I think maybe everyone is a little burnt out, a little tired in these qualifiers. They have been grueling for the players. A total of 30 games played over like 5 or 6 days. It doesn't sound like that much, but it's just every day for 5 days straight. And they're also group stage games as well. So they don't quite have that intensity of a playoff match, nor do you normally get to prepare quite the same way. But yeah, they're as the hour grows late here or early here in Los Angeles and late over there, things get a little funky. Well, CTU, I mean, I guess just get your Sanjin Yasha at this point. Oh, he actually blinks out. They dropped the Bloodseeker Silence there first. Probably should have just led with the Rupture. You lead with the Rupture there, and, well, even though he's going to blink out, he can't really move after that. They'll go in. Of course, hindsight being 2020. And they will get... This is their first duel of the game. Successfully won. It is. Delicious. Sweet damage for Black. He'll appreciate that greatly. Mushi went for his Armlet. Armlet, a really efficient item on Slardar. He likes the armor because he needs to be in the middle of the fight, and against a fairly heavy physical right-click lineup with Lycan and AM, it's... Well, just having a Lycan means everyone right-clicks hard. It's good for that. It's also very cost-efficient damage when you on Strength Hero when you use it mid lane. Cold Snap trapped out. It's the Red Panda fighting the Wolf, but the Red Panda is not really helping out too much. They're going to lasso Dreamy. You pull him very far away as the bear will TP out to freedom. Nice movements here from Ohio up and down the cliffs. He's going to live now. Dreamy, you going for the TP out. Flame Break. Oh, that's going to find him. He ends up going down.
Blood for the twins.
CTY now up to 3.4k gold. What does he want to buy here? Does he complete the Manta? Apparently not. A blink and a duel. Uh-oh. Mushi in trouble. They've now stolen it. Level 2 duel for the Rubik. This is a pretty cool ability to grab. Mushi finally going to go down. Mana Void used to secure that kill. 4k gold up on CTY, but he's got a case of the Mushis here. He's just not spending it. What is he going to buy? He blinks into the side shop. And does he want to spend it? Nope. Again, another deny for our Pudge Master. This guy has 7 deaths, and I think 4 or 5 of them are denies. Just the best Pudge performance I've seen in a while. CTY getting trapped out here. He now blinks north. He's going to turn around and the blade now just destroys him. Oh my goodness. That's okay. He bought his Manta at least. I really don't know why he went back for the drums. I feel like DK have just kind of given up a bit in this game. The draft being very clowny. Not to say that most of these picks couldn't work in certain situations. I think everything is viable, but I don't know. it hasn't felt like they're taking it that seriously. As Dreamy is going to get just wrecked by the Masquerabandus Bear. Not able to engage against that. Oh, and they're bringing the Bat Rider too. The Blink Lasso coming. Can he get in range? He's got Masquerabandus, tries to keep up with the Lycan. That's not easy though. As they circle back on the Cold Snap. Oh, right. The Lycan's running for a reason. I should probably get out of here too. Too late. Dead. So while that was going on, the Legion Commander also gets picked off top lane. And we're not done just yet. Hang on to your hats. XPG into the trees has no Blink Dagger. Or, sorry, no TP, rather. And now they look to get vision. Mushik with the quick crush in, amps. And in a matter of 5 hits, will just wipe the Pudge off the map. 4 heroes killed off. The lone survivor, a grossly underfarmed Lycan. He is the 3rd from the bottom in net worth. Lycan will end up dying, and at the same time, Black in trouble. He'll get finished off. Lycan was off on his own bottom. Looks like that was just Mushi solo killing him. When the enemy Slaughter solo killing your Lycan, you got issues. Bloodseeker will get Gale. Has a BKB though, and he just turns around on this one. He's going to kill off the ward. Ghost Scepter deployed to stall this chase.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
But at this point, he's dropping pretty dangerously low. Ohio gives him the Force Staff. Flame breaks them back. Will the hook be in range? XPG getting blocked. He can't hook. Do you even hook, man? Nope, that's up to the cliff with you. Come with me, Mr. Pudge. The Bloodseeker will end up going down, though. The hook slightly off the mark, and there's no Firefly on top of XPG, so it looks like he will end up surviving for now. Just trapped in an awkward position. Flame break back into the flames. All the fire. No TP for 25 seconds. Well, Bloodseeker dying there represents a 1,600 gold swing in the favor of DK. Still, they trail by 14,000 gold, 16,000, now 14,000 experience. It is a large deficit. Come on, guys. Masquerabandus, double Hyperstone, Endomitis. Are you serious? Is this really the qualifier for a $1.6 million tournament? Oh, attack speed is pretty good on Lundro, but I don't think you need quite this much. Eventually he can convert these items into useful stuff, though. Can go back for the AC, complete the Mjolnir. It's not like they're wasted items by any means. ZYF just with the kind of funny build-up to it. S and Y now picked up by the Bloodseeker. He begins to get big, and this push in begins in earnest. Now they get the lift. The lasso as well, used on Cold Snap, stolen Gale. Get the kill. Continue to push in. The top lane, meanwhile, in Flame goes to work. He gets off the silence, gets a kill. Now being pursued out by the Anti-Mage and the Lycan. They're just diving for kills while their base is in danger. Grave danger, I might add. In fact, yeah, who cares about defending? Let's just get kills, boys. They'll frag that Bloodseeker. Dealing with them. Now forced to buy back on the Veno. So Ohio will Force Staff out. The Bear's still here. They could go in for a Blink Crush if they so choose. And they'll get the Blink lift instead. Now the Crush follow-up from Mushi. Smacking down the Veno. Barely managing to pop his Ghost Scepter. Too late. Flame broken down. As In Flame will collect a kill. Just running down the Lycan. The Bloodseeker proving to be the bane of this Lycan's existence. Time and again. We have entered the twilight zone of Dota. 28 minutes in. 36-16 your score. Like 5 Pudge suicides. Complete clown fest of a game. This is really the circus of Dota. I'll go on to Black now. The Bear in the front. The lasso to follow this one up. They should be able to get the kill, although he is tanking for quite a while, but eventually it runs out. That is like the least scary Bear I've ever seen. XPG will go down. Solo kill by the Bloodseeker. And at long last, your first damage item on inbound for the Lone Druid. He buys a Maelstrom, although I think he might have sold it right away. Oh, it's in his stash. Okay. I feel like I feel like this series has been a pub more than a professional game of Dota. Not that I'm complaining. I'm still enjoying it, but It is. It's been a little wacky. We'll take the tower mid now. EHOME closing in on yet another win. DK kind of making it easy for them, but well, it's not looking good now. CTY, he's continuing to farm nicely. Almost has that Abyssal Blade or Manta, or not Manta. Sorry, the Abyssal Blade or his next item, maybe Butterfly, coming soon. As he will snipe the Dire Courier, I believe.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Yeah, that was CTY. Just jumps in, slashes it once, and gets the kill. Oh, there. That's a lot of attack speed on this lone druid. He goes on to XPG. Not going to commit. They do pick up an Abyssal Blade on the anti-mage, but this is not going to address the problem of him simply getting lassoed, ruptured, dragged around, probably hooked by his own pudge to make that rupture damage kick in. I really do want to see that. I want to see a rupture followed up by a Batrider blink lasso force, and then you hook him the other way as that lasso expires, just to punish your teammates for feeding. TK having some laughs here. They are trying a bit to split push. C2I is pretty big, and I don't know that any one of them can go and fight, as he suddenly puts on his tryhard pants and decides he might actually want to go for a base siege. He blinks into the trees. They are bringing in flame though. They get off the silence, at least attempting it. They rupture him as well, and with the Slardar, he dies in a matter of moments. Meanwhile, bottom, lasso was used. Bear slapping its way through black, and finally actually has a damage item, as you can see it just shred the Lycan, bringing down the Venomancer nearly. He tries to retreat out, Flame Break cooling down in 6, and the Venomancer will die as well. Another clean kill. They're looking for a hook, reel him in, and watch him weep. ZYF insta-rage buyback. Oh, he's salty. He's salty. Rubik will manage to steal the rot here. Not ideal, but enough to secure the kill. He just runs down mid. He doesn't even have a bear resummon. Has no items. Tranquil Boots, Orb of Venom, Lone Druid. Parading down mid to celebrate his buyback. They'll take the second lane of Rax mid. And now it's just the matter of taking top. GG. Okay. They've had enough. DK, they had their shits and giggles, but they respect your time, guys. They're not going to waste it any longer. They dropped this game. I don't know what to... There's nothing else to say about it. EHOME look good. They're going to advance to... What is it? 17-3 now? And meanwhile, DK down to 6-12. Not looking so hot. They are the last place team as far as the Chinese entrants go. And likely to stay that way if they continue itemizing and drafting like this. With that said, guys, that's going to wrap up this game, this series. We've got one more match coming your way. That match will be, drumroll please, Big God versus CSW. It could be a stomp if records are any indication. CSW is currently 1-13. Might even be worse by now. Guys, with that said, I'm LD. You can follow me on Twitter at LDDota. Be sure to check out our YouTube channel, youtube.com/BeyondTheSummit.tv. All VODs will be posted there. And with that said, enjoy your circus. We'll be back.